What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kramer, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the BRRRR strategy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so you may have heard of the BRRRR strategy before, and it stands for buy, renovate, rent, refi, and repeat. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I believe that the BRRRR strategy is one of the most powerful strategies within real estate, and it's the strategy that I plan on using to grow my real estate portfolio. So let's break down what it actually means. So the first part is to buy a property. Now, the whole point of the BRRRR strategy is to buy a property that needs work. The BRRRR strategy will not work for a property that is turnkey, looking beautiful, ready to go. It requires you to find a property that needs work. And here's a formula that you can use to know if a property would actually make a good BRRRR property. So you can take the after repair value of the property, multiply it by 70%, and then subtract the repair costs, and that will give you what should be your purchase price for that property. So here's an example talking about the Renovate. So let's just say you find a house that can be worth $200,000 when it's all fixed up. And let's just say from your estimates, it can take roughly $30,000 to actually fix up the house. So you can take $200,000 times 70%, subtract the $30,000 that's going to take to renovate it, which means your purchase price is going to need to be $110,000. And these numbers might seem kind of random, but I'll show you here in a second why these numbers are really, really important. So once you renovate the property, you're then going to rent it out. You can rent it out as either a long-term rental, a mid-term rental, a short-term rental, or you can do a hybrid between a short-term and a mid-term rental, which is my personal favorite. Then you're going to refinance the property. And this is where the numbers are really important to keep track of. And here's why. So the bank is going to give you a loan that's 75% loan to value. So you may have heard that on average, you have to put down 20 or 25% down on a property. Very similar idea here. You're going to go to the bank and you're going to say, hey, bank, I have a property that's worth $200,000. Will you give me a mortgage on it? And they're going to say, yeah, but we're only going to give you a loan of 75% of the value of the property. Because of course, they want you to have some sort of down payment for the property, right? So 75% of 200,000 is 150,000. So the bank's gonna say, yeah, no problem. Here's $150,000. So then if we do the math down here, we're going to see that the purchase price was $110,000. The renovation was $30,000. And let's just say your holding costs with your interest, insurance, all that stuff is $10,000. If we add those numbers up, that's $150,000 worth of costs. Now, the cool part here is, let's just say you borrowed $150,000 from a private lender. So you borrowed the purchase price and the renovation costs from a lender. Well, then when you go to the bank to refinance the property, you can use that $150,000 that the bank's going to give you to pay back the lender. And then what happens is you now have an asset that you have equity in, right? $50,000 worth of equity. You're going to cash flow from the property, and you're doing this all with $0 out of your pocket, which is why the fifth step in this process is to just repeat this as many times as you possibly can. So I think this strategy works super well for someone, especially if you have a little bit of experience. I definitely don't think this is a complete beginner strategy because there are a lot of moving pieces. I personally did a BRRRR, and my mistake on it was it refinanced for a lot less than I was initially anticipating, which means I had to come up with money out of my own pocket. So don't think that this is just super easy peasy, because it's not. But if you find the right deal, you renovate it properly, this can be an excellent way to scale your portfolio without having a ton of cash out of your pocket. So I hope you guys got value in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.